psychology. So, from a standpoint of these types of products, we have 3 national customers that are interested once we have the volume. And so we just want to make it an export market. We want to keep the entire chain here, train Detroiters up in this business, and then allow them to diversify the market. So we're working with local restaurants as well as food entrepreneurs to experiment. It's going to take a lot of experimentation. But we found that our competitors are all, especially the farms, they're doubling, quadrupling in size within 2 years. And most of their sales are web sales. And that's very simple for us, just to be able to outsource it that way.
So on that, I've seen these people speak to this food source before. What is you quickly brushed on the competition in your slide, but what differentiates your group from the competition? Because although customer acquisition is an issue, I have heard of this before, and the market's obviously there, so people are going to be running after this market. How do you see yourselves being a leader?
I think differentiation for us is on the social aspect. We need to automate and we need to expand this quickly, but at the same time, we know if we can't create jobs and educate people on the consumer end or on the end of being part of this business, it won't thrive. So our main differentiation is not only that we want to expound on all 3 aspects, food, feed, and pharma, especially with our research partners in Michigan, and we're an ag state. Beyond that, it's going to really be with the value of engaging and training Detroiters to do this work. That's going to set us apart because we can expand, commercially. It's, in a warehouse, it's very simple for us to throw up this modulated system where we're not taking land, we're repurposing. So I think that's going to be our differentiation. A lot of it's dealing with the city itself.
Can you just walk through your unit economics? So you've got to grow and feed bugs. The cost of X number of bugs produces X amount of yield, which you can then sell for what amount?
Okay. So a pound of protein powder is $40, and it costs us just under half of that to produce it. Now, the market pushes also for frozen insects and dehydrated whole insects, which are at a much lower cost of production. Way to combat that is waste stream valuation. So if we, on a policy level, are able to have organic waste separation, we can pull waste right from the landfill before it hits the landfill, or from restaurants, divert that into an insect stream, and our operation costs go very low. Similarly with 3D printing, for certain aspects, we can drop the operation cost quite a bit.
And you did not talk about logistics or packaging costs.
Oh, so for us, logistically, most of it can be done ground and drop shipping, but it depends. We're looking at combining with other distributors of the powder, because there's a lot of resellers also, and so there are ways to offload that onto the reseller from a shipping standpoint. Packaging is relatively cheap. We use Kraft packaging with a viewing window, and then we have a separate one for frozen.
One of the things, Anthony and Theodore, we hear in Detroit a lot from business leaders is that there's this brain drain in Detroit, or they have a very, very hard time finding talent. It's not that jobs aren't in Detroit, it's the fact of the matter is we hear that some folks have trouble finding Detroiters to fill that job. One of the things about your proposition is that you lean into a very well-established industry here in the city of Detroit, which is the agricultural industry. Talk to me a little bit about the talent that is already here that you can take advantage of, the farmers, the ecosystem, the distributors, and the like. Yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly it. So our plan and our module is to take our platforms and distribute them through agricultural organizations already producing food. So gearing them into a new market will create new revenue streams for them, and then in turn, it'll make it easier for us to just buy back. So we don't have to be the brunt of bearers of the production. So the food scene is burgeoning. We have growers here. We have the most growers of any urban city in America. We have the platform, like you said, the distribution is here. And I think whether you like it or not, it's novel and it's interesting. And so that will allow people to experiment with it. And I think that all of those factors, combined with the fact that if we are able to structure with our urban land use and our agricultural ordinance here to include this type of production, it will really stabilize because it's an export market. We can send them out.
Is any other city beating us right now?
In urban ag?
In not only in urban ag, but in the production of insects.
Austin, Texas is they're booming in it.
Yeah.
They're booming in it. Ontario.
Yeah.
And That's it. San Francisco is picking up steam very quickly.
Okay.
Do either of you have farming background? or-
Yes.
Both of us.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, they do.
All right.
Sorry,
Thank you both. That's all right.
You guys tried this.
Thanks.